Okay, how about the drinking pirate? Great expression.
Hi, I'm George the Antique Nomad. Come with me as I wander the country in search of valuable vintage, amazing antiques, and cool collectibles. We'll buy, sell, and trade at antique malls, shops, and shows, estate sales, flea markets, thrift stores, anywhere people go to find really interesting things that just aren't made anymore. So come on, let's go!
Hey everybody, it's George the Antique Nomad, and I have gotten permission today to film at a high-end estate sale in Atlanta, Georgia. I just happened to be passing through. It is a really nice neighborhood. Atlanta's got some old money and some old houses. And take a look at this one. Just look at this house. You know we're going to find things there. And I got to go mug in front of it too. When we first get into Porte Cochet, we see this neat carved bear. It's the only older, interesting, artsy looking thing I see in here, but it's $95, and to me that's about full price. We're going to find some bargains here though, believe me. One thing that's interesting about shopping in Atlanta is that with the Olympics in 1996 came a big cultural festival, and so you will see a lot of original art and artist prints and other things that came as a result. The Olympics are not just a sporting event. They bring a lot of different flavor from all around the world, so Atlanta's become a much more interesting place to shop for modernism than it used to be. This is one of those old rubbing effect look prints from the 1960s of a knight. And some more original art. Again, like I say, Atlanta really burgeoned onto the art scene in the 1990s. This is Pierre Alachinsky. As you can see, they have researched their stuff. But we will find deals. Trust me, I'm going to keep telling you that until we do, because every estate sale you have to get rid of a whole lot of stuff in a short period of time. This is a really neatly constructed model here. 125 does not seem unreasonable for the level of detail. One thing you'll see in manors like this is custom-made furniture. This is Dan Rodriguez. I recognize this as a Floridian designer, and sure enough, they do too. This is a good estate sale company. They've obviously done their homework. So this is priced at $3,500, but I imagine that it costs close to $8,000 new. The tantalus is neat. And it looks like it's got the original key. That's very important. Those are often missing and hard to replace with that type of a locking mechanism. And then we have a really nice print here. This is a Calder. It is an original print by Calder and pencil signed, which is pretty great. And this is a high-powered, neat-looking piece that is priced at $5,000. One disadvantage to being a nomad is when I see a piece like this, which I suspect could be a rather good regional potter or stoneware maker, and I see a price of $395, I don't really know how to evaluate it because I'm more familiar with Northwest potters, and so this is one time when it's a little tough to be on the fly. Paper fans are cute. A lot of these were made in Japan in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and they're just fun for color, and sometimes they have interesting designs. Not sure what we've got on this one. Oh, I guess it looks like Cuba. Ah, very good, yes. Cuban stuff sells well in Florida. I should probably pick that up and take it there. Now this piece reminds me of a lot of the Japanese designs in stoneware. Oh, but look, nope, it's Ruth and Stan Walters. This is a sleeper piece, potentially. We'll see if they know what they've got. These were made in Baltimore in the Walters studio. They are considered amongst the... Oh, 150. They're considered amongst some of the best of the mid-century stoneware studio production made in this country. And, you know, I know that a recent piece of theirs, a very large piece, sold for over $2,000. I also like this little display where you've got the weaving, so you see the warp and the weft and all of the different things that it took to make the fabrics and do the dyes. This is kind of a neat grouping of sort of tribalist looking pieces. I like this collection quite a bit. I think I'll buy some of it. Now, out of respect, I'm trying to stay away from the main part of the crowd, plus this lady here is seriously interested in this dining room set, which I think is maybe $1,500. So I will go the other direction through the kitchen and try to give all of them a little bit of space. Besides, I don't have room for big furniture. That's a neat lamp. 100 and a quarter is that I'm seeing? That's pretty close to retail in my estimation. Oh, 175, yeah. No, I like it, but that might be a day 3 thing. I don't think that's going to sell at that price. The creel is nice. It's in good condition. And I see some old luggage on the sofa there. That's kind of neat. The creel is 75. Yeah, again, that seems like full price to me, so we'll skip on that. Here's something cool. This is an N-scale train layout. The entire thing under glass, or plastic, I guess, probably. And it's got all the buildings and the track and everything is put together. Somebody spent untold hours making this. And each train set is neat because they're unique. The nice thing about N-scale is, as you can see, it's pretty small. And because of that, you don't have to have a giant place for it. I think a lot of people get overwhelmed with train sets because they start out as a cute little thing and pretty soon they consume your entire basement and your life. I know I used to be a model train enthusiast. But these little ones are pretty cool. And then in here, $35. I haven't seen this since I was a kid. My friend down the street got fascinated with 1970s Soviet toys. There was one toy shop in Seattle that sold them. And this is one of them. I remember this thing. Let's see if it works. I think it's got a winding key. I love the car. It looks like a 1950s Studebaker, even though this was put out in about 1970. The USSR mark on the back there. Okay, moment of truth. Does it work? Does it wind up? Oh, it's already wound up. That's great. Okay, now how do we get this side to go? Oh. Well, Soviet-era toys were not great quality, and I have a hunch that it has a belt that's slipped or something, and I see pop rivets. I don't see a way to take it apart and fix it. That's too bad, because that really would be fun otherwise. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. That's where it would crank if it had the key, which is also missing, but I don't think that's the problem with this one. Oh well. Alright, let's see what we have on this shelf. Spode Christmas Tree. We see this in a lot of fancy homes. Oh, this is really fun. It's from the early 70s, but it's a little chewed. Unfortunate. Yeah, so's the butterfly. But look behind there. Look at that. That looks like a 1930s or 40s glaze color. And these have a little rounded press mark that says Shearwater. And Shearwater pottery was made in Mississippi. We don't see a ton of it outside of the Southeast, but it is rather collectible. The family that made them had a pretty interesting history, and they are still making them. The grandchildren are running the factory now, but they don't make anything quite like this anymore. And if I'm reading that right, it's $10 for all the pieces. They're worth $10 to $15 a piece, so I'll definitely get those. There's some more Spode Christmas Tree, and I really look for the little accessory pieces because people can use those better, so I'm going to pick up the coasters. Okay, how did they do this? This is one of these dumb things like ships in a bottle that fascinate me, and that's just silly enough to buy. Now, something good to buy would be the bookends that have the brass trains on them, because the brass railroad engines are worth a bunch of money. That one in the cabinet there is probably worth $150 to $200 retail. They have it priced at $100. And there's a nice gold assayer's scale, but I have 2 of them in stock now. Okay, the flask is cool. It's leather, 50s, 60s era. Yeah, $20. I mean, I get 25 to 30, but that's not really enough of a profit to make it worth buying for me. Whee! Oh, look how much fun that is. I know a certain YouTuber who would love having that on her desk. So there's old books here, and there's a couple I really like for the covers. This one, N.C. Wyeth, great illustrator, so it's not surprising that he would work with Robert Louis Stevenson. And then, oh hey look, Thomas Wolfe. I just showed the painting done by someone of Thomas Wolfe's home at the West Palm Beach show in my video recently. But this book in the middle is fun because it's a lot like the Gibson books or Vardis Fisher. But this one is Clarence Underwood. And Clarence Underwood, like the other fellows, worked around the early 1900s, but Clarence Underwood was pretty good at showing women in sporting roles, in uniform, as having purpose in life other than to just be an ornament. Even though the women he depicted were very beautiful, they also were driving cars, they were in biplanes, they had a life. And that was fairly advanced for 1910. Of course, it was a time of reform. It was also the time a lot of women were starting to get voting rights. And it's a beautiful book. And it's priced at $45. It's nice to have chanced into a big sale in a fancy house like this. There's some cool things that'll be in the next video I do, which will be a haul video, and a couple of them are really special, and I'm going to put them aside for the level 2 member haul video. We do that as a bonus once a month, and that'll be right at the end of the month. So check that out. If you're not a member, you can hit the join button or click in the description to find out more about memberships. And also, please do thumbs up to like this video. Click that bell to be notified of future videos, and please share this with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yourself, please do. Now let's get back to this video because there's a lot more to see. This artist is Sonia Delaunay, and this is an edition print, but she was the inventor of Orphic Cubism, which was very geometric around the time that Picasso's Cubism was becoming very popular. So she was really something in avant-garde Paris. This is a lift chair that you will see goes up the staircase. If you ever need one of these, an estate sale is a great way to get one for about a quarter of what they would cost new. I think this one's priced at $6.95. That's about what we get for them when I hold an estate sale. That's a fun piece there. Just a lot of neat stuff because, well, it's that kind of a house, and I really enjoy this. It's a lenticular. Look at him putting on and taking off the 3D glasses, looking back at you. Maybe you look the same way to him. Okay, let's see what they have upstairs here. More original art. Now, this is a nice old pastoral piece. I like the yellow in the sky. And this one is going to date to about 1900. And these folks definitely know their art and knew this was good art when they came into the house because they have this priced at $8.95. American School is kind of a broad representation, but that may be all we know about that artist. And I saw this picture in the ad, but this is not a bronze. Oh, that's too bad. I wondered why it was still here, actually. Priced at $95. If it was bronze, it would have been gone immediately, but it is resin. Yes, it is. It's heavy. I'm sure it was sculpted and cast, but I'm not really into resin figures personally. So, let's see. No old books here. Well, let's see. Wait a second. Okay. Well, let's see what this is here. Since these people were art people, they're going to have art books. And art books sometimes turn out to be pretty interesting. And this one, let's see, it's got the dust jacket still. Oh wow, it's James Michener. I never would have guessed. I did not realize that James Michener was a collector of Japanese block prints. And here is a book sponsored by him of Japanese block prints. Well, this could get pretty interesting here. This is priced at $45 on the binding I saw, and the binding's kind of falling apart. But yeah, there we go, early masters to the modern. Let's see what the tip-ins look like. That's where they have these loose prints that are really separate from the page, as well as just the black and white depictions. And it looks like there's a number of them. At $45, I mean, if there's 20 or 30 good block prints, that's a couple of dollars each. And yes, framing costs some money, but Japanese block prints are pretty popular right now, and people don't seem to mind mid-century reproductions of them. Ooh, look at that. A modernist block print. Oh, and that's nice. This is just about the time when Japanese block prints are entering a modernist phase, so wow, I think, yep. Hiroshiga, one of my favorites, of course. It's pretty easy because he was at the forefront of ukiyo-e. I think this is a really cool book. I think this is definitely something that I'm going to have to grab. All right, well, see, it always pays to look in the books. Neat old plaid golf bag, and they can be worth money, but ooh, that material is plasticky and it's yellowed. Oh, and it's broken. Yep, nope, no good. No wooden golf clubs either. Wood shaft golf clubs definitely have value. And if you know modern golf clubs, you resellers can make a lot of money too, because there are some really expensive ones that people just give away. This looks like sort of a Norwegian style sweater. And nope, it's not. It's an Asian import, so that's okay. I don't really see much in this bedroom that looks like it's for me. Oh, but there is a Singer featherweight in the corner. I don't see the case. That would help a lot. Singer featherweights are the littlest machines that they made that were portable and yet really strong. Quilters love them. They tend to sell for $250 to $400 depending on the model and what it's got. This is priced at half of that, but it's got a lot of paint spray. And I don't see the cord, so there's no way to try it. Yeah, that makes it a little tough. Does it have its bobbin? This is the thing that gets stolen a lot. If you're showing these, it shows take the bobbin out and put it in your pocket. And if someone wants to see the machine, then put the bobbin in, because they do disappear and they're hard to replace. Yeah, I can't tell if this works. Otherwise, I'd be really tempted at $125. Let's see, there's a Granada gold dresser box and some ironwood figures. Let's see what the dresser box looks like. A little rough, and $25. Yeah, that's what I'd put on it if it were in better shape. It does have the Made in Italy stamp, though. But no, not for me, not at that price. Are the cards anything? Canasta. I hear it's fun. Let's see, the rolled coffee table is an early one from about when coffee tables came out in the 20s, and this very stained chair I think is mid-century modern. It's certainly got that black pickled oak legging, so I don't think it's a reproduction, but I'm not going to be able to restore that. John Lennon, this is a neon called the Kite, limited edition, and they're asking $5.50 for that. John Lennon stuff is definitely popular. Any of his art goes for high dollars. Let's see what we have. Yeah, nothing there. How about in the next room? Okay, a little bit of furniture. A nice spool cotton cabinet. Just a 2-drawer. Let's see what they want. $195. Yeah. For me, that's not enough margin. They might go for 2.5, but you have to have the right customer, and that's not enough leeway. I like this bird's eye maple little jewelry chest, $50 from the 1970s. A little more than I'd want to pay. If it was $35, I'd probably get it, though. And this is $2.25. Yeah, they're going to sit on some of this stuff until they start giving discounts, but it is only the first day. And even though they have $400 on this headboard, you know, it's from the 70s and it's clean. Okay, these guys I really like. More Shearwater. A lot of people mistake these for Brayton Laguna because they painted in a similar bright manner. But, Lafitte has met his match, apparently. Let's see what the condition of this guy is. Oh, $15. It's a good price, but he looks like he's got a chip and a crack. Yeah, well, let's see if we can find any of these. Okay, how about the drinking pirate? Great expression. $25. Yeah. You know, These have been made for years and years, and the company does still make these, but I think they charge $50 for that guy, so I think I'll take him at $25. He's got a bruise too, darn it. I would have liked to have had a couple, and he's really fun playing the accordion. The Pirate line for Shearwater has something like 30 or 40 pieces. Okay, is this an old enough? Yeah, they want to sell the whole thing together, and I'm not interested in the newer tackle. Anything in the toolbox? I see one of these old rules. I do really well with these. If it's only a few dollars, I'll take it. It's Craftsman, and they sell for me for about 8 to 10 a piece. Let's see out on the veranda if there's any old patio stuff. We can snoop on the neighbors next door. This is obviously a very nice neighborhood. And spring is in the air. Now, not everybody likes cologne and perfume, but for those who do, they will pay for it. So I always take a look in a nicer house. Brooks Brothers is bankrupt and maybe no longer, so maybe that's one to get. It's less than half full, though. I like this tacked red sofa. This would sell well in Seattle. It's got just the right amount of wear with the crinkling. I know in some markets they want it perfect, but my customer would buy that. But I can't carry it with me in the car. And that's a cute little corner table. And oh, what is that we have there? Some more interesting art pottery. These weird dragon-y things? Huh. And then this one down here, I think this is more Shearwater. This is incised ware that they did. Yep, there it is. And you really want this older mark here. The impress mark is the older. They don't do that anymore. They do an ink stamp. I think this may be Shearwater too, but I don't see a mark. Let's see about the other piece. Yeah, okay, there's the ink stamp. So this is relatively recent, although I think all of these are discontinued. And Shearwater sells for pretty good money. That's why it's in a home like this. So this is something to check out. I'm going to buy some of these pieces, I think. Well, I ended up with a bag full of stuff. I'm very happy. I wish I could come back for half off day, because when you're looking at really great pieces of art and some of the things they have, of course they've researched them, but if they last till discount day, there could be some real money to be made in those. However, I have to move on. I hope that this demonstrates the importance of not being afraid to shop in a swanky area or to go to a high-end estate sale, because there are things to buy. They still have a very limited time to sell them, and there will be deals for you. So if you're a reseller, don't let that zip code make you scared. That's actually a great place to go, potentially. In the meantime, I'm George the Antique Nomad. Join me on Instagram and Facebook and here at YouTube. A haul video will be my next video, so check me out in a few days and we'll have pictures of everything that we got here and all along the road. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining me again in the fun and fascinating antique community, here where online meets the real world. Please click the subscribe button below. Click the bell to be notified when new videos upload. Leave a comment below and hit thumbs up to like this video. Links to our online social media daily posts and our items for sale are in the description. This is George at the Antique Nomad. Bye for now.